Comfortable seated position, cross-legged or kneeling. You can pop a jump onto your bottom, roll the fleshy parts of the bottom away. Draw the tailbone down, lengthen through the spine. Relax the shoulders. Soften through the jaw. Relax the hands in the lap or have them resting on the knees, palms facing up or down. Taking some time to settle into the body, settle into the breath. Coming into this present moment. Being aware of your total self. Acknowledging all thoughts and feelings. Acknowledging all sensations within the body and the mind. Being totally aware of the whole self. From the surface of the skin to every individual cell within your body. And then bring the awareness up to the nostrils and the breath flowing in and out of both the nostrils. Being aware of your natural spontaneous breath, not manipulating it in any way, simply just breathing how you normally do. But just watching as you inhale, feeling the breath move in and up the nostrils. And as you exhale, watching the breath move down and out of the nostrils. And bring the awareness to the chest center, or the chest space. Be aware of this whole space. Bring your hands in prayer position at the heart center. Lightly touch the back of the thumbs against the chest. Spread the fingers wide, engage the right palm to the left and the left to the right. And we'll begin the class with one arm together, taking a nice deep inhalation through both nostrils. Release the hands down, open the eyes. And then bringing the feet out in front of you, legs out in front of you. We're going to move through a series called Pawanmuktasana. And there's series 1, 2 and 3. And this is just moving the joints in ways that you probably won't have moved them much. And it's just releasing tension, bringing a bit of life to them. And then we move into the abdomen and the digestive system. And they're sort of all mixed up, so we do a bit of Pawanmuktasana 1, 2 and 3 all together. So we're going to take the hands behind us, just behind the bottom. fingers facing in towards the bottom. Press the chest up, but keep it comfortable, not too far up towards the ceiling, just keep it nice and easy. And then we're going to point the toes forwards, really stretching into the toes and the tops of the feet, and then draw the toes back up towards the ceiling, so you're pressing the soles of the feet out. Once again, point the feet forward, the toes forward rather, and then release the toes up towards the ceiling. Take a nice inhalation here. As we exhale, release the toes forward. Inhale, stretching the toes towards the ceiling. Exhale, point the toes. Inhale, raising them up. Exhale, pointing. Inhale, releasing up. So work a few more at your own pace. Just really feeling into the movement. Allow the breath to guide you. This is allowing us to become very aware of our ankle joint. One more. And releasing all efforts, bringing the palms back up. And then taking hold of the leg just above the back of the knee. That's it. And then we're going to bring the knee into the chest. So we're going to squeeze the knee in nice and firmly to the chest. Try and keep a nice straight spine, slightly relax through the shoulders. And then from here we're going to straighten the leg just to where we can. And then lower the leg down towards the floor. Before it touches the floor, again, bending the knee into the chest, squeezing the knee in, extending the leg, keeping the foot flexed, releasing the straightened leg down to the floor. So we inhale the knee to chest, continue to inhale as we straighten, and then exhale, lowering down. Inhale, knee to chest, continue to inhale as we straighten, exhale, releasing to the floor. Inhale, knee to chest, straightening the leg, exhale, floating the leg down. Inhale, knee to chest, extending the leg, exhale, floating the leg down. So keep practicing on this side for 3 more rounds. Nice and slow, controlled movements. Again, just feeling into the movement. After your 3rd round, you can release the leg down to the floor. We'll move into the other side, so taking hold of the other leg just underneath or above the back of the knee. A nice inhalation as we bring the knee into the chest, straightening the leg out, exhaling down. Inhale the knee to the chest, straighten the leg, releasing down. Inhaling the knee to the chest, extending the leg out, exhaling down. Inhale, knee to chest, extend the leg, exhale down. So you continue with 4 more on this side. Noticing there might be a slight difference in each side. After your 4th round, releasing the leg down, releasing all efforts. And then we're going to bend the right knee, bringing the right ankle to rest on top of the left thigh. So we're going to keep the foot flexed through this whole movement. You take hold of the bottom, the side of the left foot with the left hand, take hold of the right knee with the right hand. Again, stay nice and tall through the spine. We're going to bring the leg into the chest just to where you can. And we're going to start to take the knee out to the side, towards the front, over that front leg, and then back in towards the body. So again, drawing the knee out towards the side, nice and slowly, over that front leg, and drawing the knee back in to the body. So imagine we're drawing a circle, imagine the knee as a pencil and we're drawing a circle with the knee. And what this is doing is just rotating the hip, bringing some movement into the hip joint. And again, with all these movements, we're just keeping them slow and steady. There's no rush. You can just breathe how you naturally want to breathe with this movement. The next time you bring the knee into the chest, pause here. Just remember to keep that foot flexed, and we're going to move in the other direction. So we're going to draw the knee out to the other side of the body, over the front, the stretched out leg, back in towards the body. Move the knee away from the body, over the outstretched leg, and then back in. So just keep working like this, feeling into the movement. It can feel quite strange if we're not used to moving like this. If you actually try to visualize the socket of the hip, bringing some awareness to what that joint's actually doing as we move like this. The next time you bring the knee into the chest, pause here. You can take hold of the leg and just bring it right into the chest, just to where you can. You don't have to do it the way I am, just wherever feels comfortable. And then release the leg back out and I move into the other side. So let's just straighten through the spine once more. Bending the left knee, resting the left ankle onto the top of the right thigh. Take hold of the knee with the left hand. Take hold of the underside of the foot with the right. Keep that foot nice and flexed. Draw the leg in towards the chest. And then once again, we're going to take the knee out to the sides first. Draw the leg over the outstretched leg in towards the body. Taking it out to the side, over the outstretched leg and back in towards the body. So exactly the same thing as we were doing on the other side, except it might feel quite different on this side. So again, just working slowly, feeling into the hip joint. Allow your breath to flow how it naturally wants to flow. The next time you draw the leg into the chest, pause here. And then we're going to move in the other direction, so taking the knee out into the opposite direction first, and then out to the side, back in towards the body. So just working it in the other direction now. So bringing the knee towards, that's it. So you're bringing the knee this time towards the inside of the body, if that makes sense, or the inside of the leg. You're all doing it right, we're all doing it perfectly. So the next time you draw the leg into the chest, pause here. Take hold of the leg like it's a baby, and again just draw the leg in towards the chest, just to where you can. And then release the leg back out in front of you. So we're keeping our legs out in front of us for this next movement. Keep the feet nice and flexed if you can. Ground the bottom into the floor, lengthen through the spine. And this is called rowing a boat. So imagine you've got some oars. You're actually in a boat, you can bring your hands into fists just in front of you. I'm going to draw the hands up over the head, lengthen through the spine, and then with a nice straight back, reach out towards the feet or the ankles. Draw the fists up along the legs, towards the body. Engage the core as we lean back, like we're leaning into our boat. Bring the oars back up over our head, and then forward. Along the legs, drawing the hands back towards the body. Draw the hands up over the head. rowing the body forwards. That's great. So you're all keeping a really nice slow pace, which is what you want to do. So just keep flowing like this. Be aware of the movement. As you lean back, make sure you engage the core. Stretching out over the legs as you come forward. Engaging the core as you come back. Lifting the fists high. And reaching out towards the ankles or the toes. And then the next time your fists meet your feet, pausing here, we're going to reverse the direction. So this time we're going to draw the hands up over the head, lower the hands down over the front of the body, pushing the hands forward towards the feet, bringing them back up over the head, engage the core as we lean back, drawing the hands down towards the feet. So again, just keep flowing in this direction. You can allow the breath to again flow at its own natural pace. Keeping it steady, allow the movement to match the breath. And then the next time our hands meet our feet rather, just pausing here. Pausing in a seated forward fold. You can allow the hands to drop down to the shins or the ankles or the floor, either side of the legs. Bring the awareness to the breath. Be aware of any sensations within the body. And then slowly draw back up to seated. And then coming to lie down on your backs, on your mat. So just coming into a nice straight line, taking the legs out at about hip height, hip width, palms either side of the body facing down so they're engaged with the mat beneath. Actually, we're going to take the arms above the head so they're lying alongside the ears. And then we've done this one before, it's called dance of the legs. So we're going to simultaneously raise the right leg up as we raise both the legs, the arms up, sorry. So the sole of the foot is facing the ceiling, fingers are pointing up towards the ceiling, leg is straight. We're going to bend the knee into the chest, taking hold with the hands. So we're squeezing the knee into the chest. And then we're going to raise the forehead, drawing the forehead towards the knee, feeling a bit of a squeeze through the abdomen. And then releasing the head back down. At the same time, raising both the leg and both the arms up towards the ceiling, foot's flexed, fingers pointing towards the ceiling. And then at the same time, flowing both the leg and the arms down towards the floor. So we'll work with the same side, so we're just going to raise the right leg for the time being. So at the same time, raise the right leg, both the arms up towards the ceiling. Taking hold of the knee, squeezing the knee into the chest. Draw the forehead towards the knee. Lowering the head back down, raising the leg and the arms up, and then releasing down to the floor at the same time. Inhale, raising the leg and the arms up. Taking hold of the knee, exhaling the knee to the chest. Continuing to exhale as you draw the forehead towards the knee. Lowering the head down. Inhale, raising the leg and the arms. Exhale, slowly floating the arm and the legs down. Inhale, raising both the arms and the leg. Exhale, drawing the knee to the chest. Drawing the forehead towards the knee. Releasing the head down. Inhale, raising the leg and both arms. Exhale, floating the arms and the leg down. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, knee to the chest. Continue to exhale, drawing the forehead towards the knee. Releasing the head down. Inhale, raising the arms and the leg. Exhale, releasing to the floor. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, knee to chest. Continuing to exhale, drawing forehead to knee. Release the head down. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, releasing down to the floor. One more time on this side. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, knee to chest. Continue to exhale, drawing forehead to knee. Releasing the head down, raising the leg and the arms up. And exhale, releasing down to the floor. So we'll move directly into the other side. Inhale, raising the left leg and both the arms up. Exhale, knee to chest. Continue to exhale, drawing forehead to the knee. Lowering the head down. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, floating down to the floor. Inhale to raise. Exhale, knee to chest. Drawing forehead to the knee. Release the head down. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, knee to chest. Forehead to knee. Lowering the head down. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, floating down. Inhale to raise. Exhale, knee to chest. Forehead to knee. Lowering the head down. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, down to the floor. One more time on this side. Inhale to raise. Exhale, knee to the chest. Forehead towards the knee. Release the head down. Raising up. And then exhale down to the floor. Releasing all efforts for a moment or two. You can allow the feet to roll out to the sides. Briefly being aware of any sensations within the body. And then being aware of the whole body once more. Take the arms alongside the body, palms facing down. And then bringing the soles of the feet in contact with the floor, just in front of the bottom, roughly hip width apart. Spread the toes nice and wide. Press the palms down into the floor, fingers nice and wide. And just feeling into the whole of the back, so you can feel the whole of the spine laid out along the floor. Feel the tailbone, feel into the shoulder blades. We're just going to move through some bridge flows. So bringing the awareness to the tailbone to begin. And start to peel and lift the tailbone off the floor, taking the hips high towards the ceiling, moving through the spine, moving up into the chest, taking the hips nice and high. Press the feet and the hands firmly into the floor. And then very slowly start to release, lowering the spine vertebra by vertebra down towards the floor. Eventually, the tailbone meets the floor beneath. The whole spine back is back on the floor. So lifting the tailbone off the floor, drawing the hips towards the ceiling, moving through the whole of the spine as you move into the chest, lifting the hips nice and high, and then releasing slowly back down to the floor. Tailbone being the last thing to reach the mat. Inhale, lifting and peeling the tailbone off the floor. Moving into the whole of the back, lifting the hips high, working into the chest. And very slowly with control as you exhale, releasing the spine back down to the floor until the tailbone is in contact with the floor beneath. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, raising up. Exhale to lower. Keep carrying on at your own pace for a few more rounds. Flowing our bridge. Using the breath. Keeping it comfortable for you. And then the next time you come into your full bridge, lifting the hips high, we're going to hold for a few breaths. So you can interlace the fingers underneath the back. You can roll onto the outer edges of the arm, lift the hips high. And then we're going to breathe in for 1. Exhale for 1. Breathe in for 2. Exhale for 2. Breathe in for 3. Exhale for 3. Breathe in for 4. Exhale for 4. One more. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. And then taking a nice deep inhalation, extending into our bridge. And as we exhale, slowly and with control, release the whole of the back down onto the floor, nice and slowly. And then release the legs out. So we're in one long line. You can roll the palms up towards the ceiling. Allow the feet to roll out to the side. And close the eyes down, just let it all go for a moment or two. Be aware of any sensations within the body. Bringing the awareness back to the body in the present moment. And blink the eyes open. And then drawing both the knees into the chest. Just pausing here, you can roll along the lower back from side to side, massaging the area of the lower back and pelvis. And then you can come back to stillness, and if you want, you can rock and roll up along the spine, so taking hold of the backs of the knees, backs of the legs, and just rolling along the spine a few times, if that's comfortable, until you come up to seated. Okay, and then we're going to come onto our all fours. So stacking the shoulders on top of the wrist, fingers nice and wide, palms engaged with the floor beneath, And then knees stacked underneath the hips, creating a nice long spine. Gaze slightly forward of the mat. We're going to move through some cat-cows here. So we're going to take the gaze forward as we raise the tailbone up towards the ceiling, curving the spine towards the floor, coming into our cat. And then taking the tailbone under, curving the spine up towards the ceiling, dipping the chin to the chest, coming into our flexion, and then drawing the tailbone high towards the ceiling, gaze forward, curving the spine towards the mat, coming into our cat extension. Taking the tailbone under, curving the spine towards the ceiling, chin towards the chest. As we inhale, we can take the tailbone high towards the ceiling, draw the navel down towards the mat, gaze forward, coming into our cat extension. As we exhale, draw the tailbone under, chin towards the chest, curving through the spine. Inhale to cat extension. Exhaling to cat flexion. Inhale, slowly moving into our cat extension. Exhale to cat flexion. So keep moving like this at your own pace. If you want, you can close the eyes down. Feel into the movement. Allow the breath to guide you. Feel into the whole of the spine and the back. As you move from flexion to extension. After your next flexion, coming back to a nice tabletop position, a neutral spine. And then release the buttocks down to the heels, coming into a kneeling position. Closing the eyes down for a moment or two. Draw the navel back towards the spine. Relax the shoulders, but keep the back and the spine nice and long. Dip the chin slightly. We're just pausing here for a moment before we move on. Then opening the eyes, I'm going to move back into our tabletop position. So fingers nice and wide, palms ground down into the mat, shoulders stacked above the wrists. We're going to move through some tigers now. So we're going to take our awareness to the right leg to begin with, extending the right leg back behind us, flexing into the foot. You can turn the foot in towards the body, so we're just leveling the hips towards the floor. And then bending the knee, pointing the toes and drawing the toes towards the back of the head. So we're curving the spine down towards the floor. You can take the gaze up. And then extending the leg back behind, flexing into the foot, the sole of the foot. Taking the gaze back down to just in front of the mat. And then releasing the knee down to the mat, just to hover. You don't have to bring contact with the floor. Once again, extending the leg back behind, pushing into the sole of the foot. Bending the knee as you draw the toes towards the back of the head. Taking the gaze upwards. Extending the leg back behind, taking the gaze down towards the floor, and then releasing the knee down to the mat. So with the breath this time. Inhale, extending the leg back, pushing into the sole of the foot. Exhale, drawing the toes to the back of the head. Inhale, extending back to a neutral spine. And exhale, releasing the knee down to the floor. Inhale, extending the leg back behind, pushing into the heel of the foot. Exhale, toes towards the back of the head. Inhale, extending the leg back. Exhale, drawing the knee down. Inhale, extending the leg back. Exhale, toes to the back of the head. Inhale, extending the leg back. Exhale, releasing the knee down. Pausing here, releasing the buttocks down to the heels once more. Bring the hands in the lap, palms facing up. Close the eyes down for a moment or two. Just taking a pause before we move into the other side. Blinking the eyes open, coming back to our tabletop position. Making sure those wrists are stacked underneath our shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we'll move into the other side this time. So really push the fingers down into the mat. Keep the fingers nice and wide. So inhale, take the left leg back this time, pushing into the heel of the foot. Exhale, drawing the toes towards the back of the head, just wherever you can go to. Exhale, extending the leg back behind us, coming to a neutral spine. Exhale, releasing the knee down. Inhale, extending the leg back. Exhale, drawing the toes to the back of the head. Inhale, extending the leg back behind. And exhale, releasing the knee down. Inhale, extending the leg. Exhale, drawing toes to the back of the head. Inhale, extending the leg back. Exhale, releasing to the floor. Inhale, extending back. Exhale, toes to the back of the head. Inhale, extending the leg back. Exhale, knee to the floor. One more on the side. Inhale, extending back. Exhale, toes to the back of the head. Inhale, extending the leg back. Exhale, lowering the knee down. And then extending the legs, the arms, out in front of you, releasing the forehead down to the mat. You can soften the tops of the feet down to the floor, coming into your puppy pose. You can take the hands wide to the side of the mat if that feels more comfortable, through the shoulders. On the next inhale, drawing back to a tabletop position, so stacking wrists underneath the shoulders. And then tucking the toes under, lifting the knees off the mat, lifting the hips high, and pressing back into our mountain or downward dog. We're not going to be here for long, we're just using it as a transition. Taking the gaze between the hands, and then nice and slowly walk the feet up towards the hands. And if you're not quite at the top of the mat, just keep walking until you reach the top. Bring the chin in towards the chest. Have a nice generous bend in the knees. Nice and slowly roll up through the spine. Keeping the chin into the chest. Until you standing right at the top of the mat. And we're going to move through some sun salutations just to round it all off. So bringing the feet together at the top of the mat or hip width apart. Have a very slight bend in the knees. Draw the tailbone down towards the mat. Lengthen through the spine. Relax through the shoulders. Bring the hands in prayer position to the heart center. Chin slightly dipped. If you wish, you can close the eyes down as we just prepare for our sun salutations. Feel the feet ground into the floor beneath. Bring your awareness to all the tensions within the body, within the mind. Feel deep into the body and draw all those tensions down into the feet, down into the earth. And blinking the eyes open. Drawing the arms alongside the ears, stretching up, pressing the hips forwards if you want a back bend. Hinging at the hips. Releasing the hands down to either side of the feet. Chin tucks to chest, knees bent, abdomen resting on the thighs. Stepping the right foot back to low lunge, back knee drops, opening the front of the body to the front of the room. Gaze is forward. Release the palms down to the mat, pick the back knee up, stepping back to our mountain or downward dog. Releasing the knees down to the mat, coming into a tabletop position. Release the chest and the chin to hover between the hands, elbows into the ribs. Push the chest forwards and up, releasing the rest of the body down to the floor as we come into our cobra or our sphinx pose. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips, lift the knees, pushing back to our mountain. Stepping the left foot between the hands, back knee lowers to the floor, coming into our lunge, opening the front of the body. Step the back foot forwards to forward fold. Knees bent, abdomen resting on the thighs, chin to the chest. Stretching the arms out, raising all the way up to standing. Really stretching up, bringing the hands in prayer to the heart center. Raising the arms up, stretching up, hinging at the hips, folding forwards. Chin tucks to the chest, knees bent. Left knee steps back into our low lunge. Release the palms down to the mat, stepping the front foot back into our mountain. Release the knees down to the mat, tabletop position. Hover the chin and chest between the hands. Release the chest forwards and up into cobra, elbows into the ribs. Tucking the toes under, lifting the hips, lifting the knees, pushing back to mountain. Stepping the right foot between the hands to lunge. Stepping the back foot forwards, forward fold. Stretching out the arms, raising all the way up, really stretching high. Releasing the hands in prayer to the heart center. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the right to lunge. Exhale the left to mountain. Hold the breath, lower the knees. Lower the chest and the chin, elbows in. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to mountain. Inhale the left, lunge. Exhale the right, forward fold. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the left to lunge. Exhale the right to mountain. Hold the breath, lower the knees to tabletop. Lower the chest and chin. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to mountain. Inhale the right to lunge. Exhale the left to forward fold. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Pause. On the next inhale, Raising up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the right to lunge. Exhale the left to mountain. Hold the breath, lower the knees, chest and chin. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to mountain. Inhale the left to lunge. Exhale the right, forward fold. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale the left to lunge. Exhale the right to mountain. Hold the breath, lower the knees. Hover the chest and chin. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to mountain. Inhale the right to lunge. Exhale the left to forward fold. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Pause. One more round on the next inhalation. Raising up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the right to lunge. Exhale the left to mountain. Hold the breath, lower the knees, the chest and chin. Keep the elbows in. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to mountain. Inhale the left between the hands to lunge. Exhale the right to forward fold. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale to raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale the left to lunge. Exhale, right to mountain. Hold the breath, lower the knees, chest and chin. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to mountain. Inhale the right to lunge. Exhale the left, forward fold. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Close the eyes down, pause here. Release all efforts. Feel into any sensations within the body. Allow the breath to settle on its own, taking your time. Keeping the eyes closed, but releasing the arms to either side of the body, palms facing out to the front of the room. Continuing to feel into any sensations within the body and the mind. Continuing to allow the breath to settle. And bringing the awareness back to the body, blinking the eyes open. And we're going to finish with legs up the wall. So if we find a place against the wall and take our mats over, facing the short edge up against the wall. You can take that. If you like to have a jumper or something rolled up underneath your back, you can grab your jumper or whatever you need. So if you can sit your bottom as close to the wall as you can, you might need to come down onto your forearms to sort of shimmy your bottom in. You can press the feet into the wall to get as close as you can. And then you can straighten the legs out, lying down onto your back, and then you can shimmy the bottom up towards the wall a little bit more. And if you need a jumper underneath the lower back, you can place it under the lower back or under the head. You can place your hands underneath the tailbone. And I've got some eye bags. Would anybody like an eye?
If you've got a spare, that'd be nice. I need to just look around.
So you can have the hands underneath the lower back. You can have the hands resting onto the stomach. You can have the hands either side of the body, whatever feels comfortable. And then bringing the awareness to the breath. Bringing your awareness to the breath as it flows in and out of the nostrils. Being aware of the inhalation, the cool air coming in through both the nostrils, and the exhalation, the warmer air flowing out through both the nostrils. Keep watching the breath at the nostrils. If your mind wanders, simply bring it back to watching the breath as it flows in and out. Keep watching the breath as it flows in and out of the nostrils. Be aware of the sensations within the nostrils as you breathe in. Feeling the air brush past the little hairs within the nostrils. The feeling of the air against the skin. Be aware of the air just outside the nostrils. Feeling into the very subtle areas. then letting go of this, the awareness of the breath at the nostrils, and bring the awareness back to the whole body. Be aware of yourself in the position you are, with your legs up the wall, back stretched out on the floor. Be aware of the soles of the feet. Be aware of the legs. Be aware of the pelvis. Be aware of the abdomen, the lower back, the chest, the upper back and shoulders, the arms, the hands, and the head. Being aware of the whole body. Be aware of the whole body. Be aware of the whole body in the position you are in. You can release the hands from underneath the lower back. You can take the eye pillow off of the eyes, and then in the most graceful way you can shift out of the position, either drawing the knees into the chest or just allowing the legs to float down to the side. Very slowly coming back up. And we'll finish with an Om, but we'll bring our mats back to centre so that we feel like we're kind of rather than being spread out. So just coming to a nice comfortable seated position, kneeling cross-legged. Close the eyes down. Bring the hands in prayer position to the heart center. Take a nice deep inhalation together.